So I got you people. Now, there's a lot of things going on with, the Americans or the so-called Americans, with the people that been here way before the Americans. And everybody thinks, but most people really know, really true historians know that the word America that you so used to saying America is English. But it's not English, people. No, man. It's not English. Because the word America, there's no such thing of the word America in British England, right? There's no such thing. The only people that talk Americans are the so-called descendants of the British Empire, that they were thrown out because they were all crooks and criminals and came to the New World. Before this country was called America, as you know that, it was a free country where indigenous people lived at. But you so used to saying America that you got it in your mind that the word is English. Nobody in America speaks proper English, right? The only people that speak proper English are the European English people. If an American goes to England and starts speaking English, they're going to laugh at you because that's not proper English, right? We don't speak proper English. What we speak is slang English. I know. Everybody's getting upset or whatever. Dude, look it up, man. It's known history. The only thing they don't teach you that, and nobody's going to teach you that because most people already in their mind think that the word America is an English-speaking word, which is not. It's a Latin word from Italians, man. The Italians are the ones that are supposed to get credit, and the only people that think that should deserve credit are so-called American-speaking people, which is slang. You don't get no credit for something you did not do. And I know that because I went to history class, man. Those that went to history class know that the word America is not English. That's what I hate when people say speak English. This is America, dude. I laugh, dude. The word America is Latin, not English. That's why most people, if you understood and you listen to them, a lot of English people don't like the word America because they know America was founded by Italian explorers, right? Christopher Columbus and this dude named called, and let me see if I get it right, yo. And Amerigo Vespucci, some shit like that, Bucci guy, right? Amerigo Vespucci is the founder of this new world called Americas, right? Las America. That's the proper name of this country. But being that so people are so used to saying America, they think in their head that the word America is English. No, it's Latin. And you got to get credit to the Italians that they were eager to explore out of Europe because they know, mostly anyway, these two explorers, Christopher Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci, wasn't as rich and noble as the empires was, as Spain, the British, France. So they was looking for opportunities because they were sailors. They would go out and draw maps of where they went and all that, but they never went out beyond this what they so call the Black Seas, right? So these explorers were ambitious and they want to seek out more opportunity. They had in their mind that it had to be more land and more people out there. Remember, because back in the days, the European people were killing each other. There was that war day and night, fighting amongst each other, just trying to conquer each other and take whatever the other fellow countrymen had. That's what they was doing. They was killing each other. If it wasn't for the Italians, right, Christopher Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci sailing out to sea and getting lost and finding new land, the European nations would have never been as rich as they are today, thanks to Christopher Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci. But anyway, the thing is that the word America is not American as you think, people. The word American is Latin. That's why when people say speak English, I say, listen, the word America is Latin, and we speak in Latin because America was conquered by the Spaniards first. The Spaniards conquered most of these lands because they claimed the land and they named it after Spanish nobles up in Spaniard, right? All those noble people were named after these certain towns and places they had discovered to give honor to the king and queen of Spain, right? Fernando and Queen Elizabeth. And that's how America got its name. So no Englishman and anywhere in the books of history says that an American had discovered America, which is first called the New World, right? When they ask, we discover a new world, they're talking about Las Americas. And there's no way in history, you could look it up or you could show somebody that somebody in America discovered America itself. There was already people here and this is native land. Regardless of what you say, think this will always be native land. I know it, historians know it. But the Europeans had took it by force and claimed it as their own and forced the native people and reservations. That's where they have all these Indians and reservations and they can't come out. In order for these Indians to come out, they will lose payments that the government issues them every month. It's like being on welfare, keeping them on reservations. Once you leave, you don't get this package anymore. And the same thing, just like the Americans here, you trap people. If you leave America, you lose all your government benefits. Simple as that. It's an entrapment. It's over like that. How you think that America keeps its people bondage to this land called America, right? Right? Giving them handouts, giving them food. That's why everybody from every other world wants to come here, because America gives them handouts so they could stay here and become a worker here. This is like a farmland, right? That got all these masses of people working. But now they threw all the migrants out and they want the American, so-called American, to continue to work and pay taxes to the government. To what? To take your money that you earn and spend it somewhere else, because the money's not here in America. But anyway, that wasn't the case. The case is, where did the name America come from? Who was the person responsible for naming America? It wasn't no English. There's nothing, like I said, there's nowhere in the books that say an American person found America or claimed America as his territory, right? Right? Everybody knows they were the Italians, and they don't want to give credit to the Italians. I give credit to the Italians because I already know that it was an Italian explorer that went out and discovered a land that was already there, and he named it Las Americas. Everybody knows that. And this guy, Amerigo Vespucci, was one of the main guys that continued to call the New World Las Americas. So America stood with the name America, but he is not an English man. He's from Europe, speaking Spanish, Latin from Europe, but he's not English Europe. That's all you gotta know. He's not English Europe. So I don't know how is it that Cat Williams could say this is America when he's not even an American. Yo, you're citizens of America because we all came here. Everybody that is in America now migrated here, and the Europeans took it by force. And they made it their land. But it's not only their land, right? Because other people fought so they could keep their land. Right? Not only blacks fought, the Puerto Ricans fought, the Mexicans were already here, the Native Indians was already here. A lot of people was already here before the Europeans came and had touched this land. There was already people here. So that's the thing. So and since 1492, you know, the Italians already had discovered most of all the Indies and all the Caribbean islands around. That's why they claimed it, and most of them have Latin names, right? In these countries, they're not English names because it's for a reason. Because the Italians are Latin, and they name the names after Latin names. There's no such thing as an English explorer that explored land and named it after the English nobles, monarchy. So I got you people. So there's a video going out there about Cat Williams, and they said that this video is old. We don't know how old it is, but it's old. But it's resurfaced again, talking that you shouldn't be raising another flag here in the Americas, right? Because this is America, and nobody should be protesting against America. If you living here and you getting all these benefits, you should be raising no other flags, especially he named the Mexicans, right? No Chicanos or whatever should be raising their flags here in America because they live here in America. So you should be raising the flag of America. But like I said in my past videos, that the word America is Latin. If you don't believe me, look it up. That's how the true Americans know that the word America is Latin. And when they talk to me, speak English. When I speak in Spanish, that's where when I'm speaking the proper language, is Latin. America is Latin, not English. If you don't like it, well, go back to Europe and speak European English, because I'm sure they're not gonna let you in because you deserted your country to come to this new vast land called America now, that was founded by 2 Italian explorers. That's right, they're 2 Italian explorers. You don't want to give credit to them? But the real people know that a Latin person, Italian, had discovered America. And the Americans here, Europeans, so-called Americans, don't want to accept it. But the true ones know that this is not an English-speaking country. It's a Latin-speaking country. That's why you think the mass of people that you live around you speaks Latin. Because the Latins, the Spaniards, was the first one to conquer all these little region countries. That's why most of everybody speak Latin and not English. But you so upset that these people don't speak English, and you get upset and you want to tell them to speak English. You in America. But the word America, again, it's not English. European English is Latin from the Spaniards, and credit to 2 Italian explorers. And that's it. And that's all you got to know. You will never be American because the word American is not English. I rephrase it. The word America is not English. It's Latin. Latin, not English. Even the Europeans know that. Even the Spaniards know that. Even the French know that. The only people that understand it is the so-called Americans here in North America. You know, North America, Central America, South America was all indigenous land. And the Europeans came here. And that's the problem now. So now, Cat Williams want to say that you shouldn't come, no Chicano should come here, whatever, or no other race with their flags because they here. That's being disrespectful. But the thing is, you took this land, and other people also want to come here and prosper just like you did it. So I don't see the problem with somebody raising a flag, as long as you're not creating chaos and killing people like Americans do. You blame others, but you don't take the blame for what we done to other countries and other races and other nations, right? So I don't go by that. Everybody should live peacefully, right? You left Europe to come to this mass land called America now. But you don't want nobody else to come here and flourish like you did because you want to be on top. You want to be the ruler of this mass land. And that's hard to do because people already know the history, how you got here, how you became to be the most powerful country in the world. Not because you did it on your own, because there was already people here in this mass land. There was Indians, there were Mexicans, and you brought in the black as slave, and you brought also Puerto Ricans, or you inducted Puerto Ricans because you had to fight a war. You didn't have enough people, and the Puerto Ricans had to come in and give bodies and their services so that you could win these wars, right? World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, the Korean War. Until now, there's still Puerto Ricans still in the military and fighting for these so-called Americans conflicts that the so-called Americans do. So that's the problem with this, When I say everybody should respect everybody's, country's origin, but Well, what I respect is that if you come illegal to the country, and now the president's asking you to leave, you should leave. You cannot protest that. You here illegally. You got to go through a legal process now, just like everybody else is doing it now, right? Other people have paid, they waited, and they got citizenship. Even with your citizenship, if you break the law a certain amount of time, you could we could revoke, or the government could revoke your citizenship as a permanent residency in the United States. So that's the problem with that. And you gotta respect that. It's like I go to your country and I want to do whatever I want to do. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to become a full-fledged citizen, but I want to live. I want to work, and I want to live like a king. But I don't want to pledge myself to the country because I don't want to fight no wars. That's what it's all about. No, everybody wants to live in this country, but nobody wants to protect it when it comes to war. I'm sure when a war breaks out, if for whatever reason is a war breaks out and people got to get drafted, I'm sure a lot of Americans here, the so-called Americans, are not gonna fill in the ranks and go out there and pledge allegiance to die for a country that's not giving them any benefits or is limited. Then if you want these benefits, you have to fight for it. And and I know that they're gonna do it. The patriotism here in America is gone and is dead. It's only now because they think taking out the immigrants and all that is gonna make it better more, but the economy's been messed up for a long time. And people don't want to come back. Even so-called Americans don't want to open up shop because it's too expensive to run a business, get employees, because the government doesn't care about its people. Whether you like it or not, I'm telling you that the government does not care about its people. We are just business to the government. We are the worker bees, and they are the kings and queens up there in that office and running the show. You just a worker. This is a giant farm, and you just a worker, and you ain't gonna get no benefits out of it. Whatever you get is just half a penny, but the millions go out to other countries, right? And you think about it, if you ever went out, right, you got your passport, and you travel around the world, another country besides in America. I'm not talking about going to Hawaii, going to Alaska, going to Canada, going to Puerto Rico right now. I'm talking about leaving the country completely. I mean, go out to another country. And you see that Europeans have real estate in these other countries that we fighting, and we don't want to do business, but we have real estate and businesses in those countries. We don't live there or whatever, but we have money coming in from these foreign countries. Why? Because the Europeans, real Europeans, know that all this is a business. They don't tell you that because they don't want you to know. They want you to keep you trapped in a system here in America. Most Americans haven't even left the country because of that, because they think everybody's bad over there. No, the only people that are bad is you, because you don't want to go out and learn other people's cultures and learn that other people have the same right to live as you and freedom. Because you just tied up that America is the best place in the world. You think that other worlds are nothing. That a shambles are going to know. Other people live happy in their countries. The only thing is that everybody wants the opportunity to go out. In this time and age, nobody should be trapped in the country. People should be able to fly and go out and explore other countries. That's why a lot of propaganda about other countries to Americans, so we won't leave the Americans, so we could stay trapped here. Most Americans never left the country, believe me. They never went out. They don't know another culture. They don't know how you be treated. All you think that tells you that all the countries hate us. And it's probably they do. But the only people that hate is the American people, because they know the Americans are loudmouth, combative. They demand things. They think everywhere they step, they're the rulers of the world. It doesn't work like that. That's why America's not being liked, because of their attitude. But anyway, like I said, people, you are not a full-fledged English American. The English don't even like Americans, man. They're two different people. Listen, Caucasian people here cannot go to Europe and try to fit in because they lost ties with that culture and that lineage of generation, because the English that they speak is slang. It's not proper British English. Just like I'm telling, just like if I go to Spain, I'm speaking Spanish because I speak slang Spanish here in the Americas, and I go to Spain and I speak Spanish, they're gonna laugh at me because I don't speak proper Spanish from the Spaniards in the same way. So just like the Black Americans, they're not Americans, people. They were here and they was adopted, and they adopted to the culture and the language, so they speak now slang American. But it's not English, man. It's slang American. And with that, people, I'll let you go and you think about that.